Hey guys, it's Dorian Ray, also known as the Unorthodox Strategist, and today we're going over Doomfist, also known as Doom. Doom has had a very interesting transition into Overwatch 2, since he used to be a damage hero, but is now a tank. He has 450 health and the normal tank passive of being knocked back less and providing less ult charge from healing and damage. He has a second passive called the Best Defense where he generates temporary health when dealing ability damage. He gets 30 over health when hitting an enemy with a normal ability and 75 when hitting his ult. He can have up to 150 over health at one time, and it starts to decay at 3 health per second after a short time. Doom's abilities are Seismic Slam, Power Block, and Rocket Punch. Slam is a leap ability where he jumps into the air in the direction you're facing, and upon hitting the ground deals 50 damage in a 15-meter cone in front of him. It has a cooldown of 7 seconds, so it is up very often. Power Block is a self-protect that reduces damage by 80%, but only from attacks in front of you. It gives you a minus 35% movement speed penalty when using it, and it lasts for 2 seconds. After blocking 90 damage, it empowers your Rocket Punch, adding 50% damage, speed, distance, and knockback, and adds a stun if the target is hit into a wall. It has a cooldown of 8 seconds. Rocket Punch is Doom's main ability since it has a very short 3-second cooldown. It deals 25 to 30 impact damage depending on how charged up it is, and if knocked into a wall deals an additional 20 to 40 damage, also depending on how charged up it is. It has a max range of 20 meters and takes 1 second to fully charge, but it can be held for an additional second. Doomfist ultimate is called Meteor Strike. He jumps into the air and an 8-meter radius ring appears in his visuals. When a target area is selected, he smashes back down, dealing damage and slowing enemies within the radius. There's a 2-meter radius ring in the inside that deals more damage. The inner ring deals 300 damage, and the outer ring deals 15 to 100 damage, depending on how close to the center the enemy is. Finally, his weapon is a hand cannon that shoots a projectile shotgun blast. Has an effective range of 15 meters and deals 5 damage per pellet hit. Past the 15-meter range, the damage drops off to a minimum of 1.8 damage per pellet. It can deal 55 damage per shot if all pellets hit the body. The pellets travel at 80 meters per second. Instead of having a normal reload mechanic, his ammo regenerates after shooting. You gain 1 pellet every 0.4 seconds up to a max of 4 pellets at once. So, Doomfist is in a very weird place right now, with his kit getting big changes from being a DPS to a tank hero. Honestly, I fully expect Blizzard to make him a support character for Overwatch 3, and I will honestly be disappointed if they don't. In order to be effective with him, he needs time to set up his punch with his block ability, but since the block doesn't negate all damage, you pretty much need to put yourself at a disadvantage in order to get an advantage after. All of his abilities are easily negated with stun since you just sit there during the charge of Rocket Punch and Power Block. He's a very high potential as a dive tank where he goes in and disrupts the enemy team, but unless he has follow-up, it's usually hit or miss. Most of the Doomfist I've seen have either done very poorly and feel their brains out, like me, or are absolute monsters and are practically unstoppable. There's barely any middle ground. Personally, I think that people just need time to get used to the new Doomfist playstyle, but at the same time, the Doomfist playstyle just isn't for everyone, and also doesn't work in all situations. I can go on a lot about how to change Doomfist to be better, but I'll just leave it at that for now. And now you know about Doomfist. You're welcome. Thanks for watching. More videos like this should be coming soon, and I hope this helps.